Alright, today's video is going to be focusing on Auburn's secondary, our cornerbacks and our safeties. Now, Auburn in 2017 is returning 8 starters on the defensive side of the ball, with 4 of those starters coming in our secondary. Last year we had Carlton Davis, Trey Matthews, and Daniel Thomas and Nick Ruffin splitting time at the free safety position. This year I do expect more or less the secondary to be the same as in regards to the starters. I do expect Carlton Davis to start again, be the #1 corner. And next to him, I honestly do believe Jamel Dean will get the majority of the snaps opposite of him, with Javaris Davis and Jamel Dean kind of splitting time again. In 2016, Carlton Davis was All-SEC third team. I do believe that was a little bit of a slight to Carlton Davis. I do believe he belonged at least on the second team, although I'm pretty sure that just gives him more motivation to be better. He started his career as a true freshman and started his true freshman season, and that's pretty impressive in the SEC, although Auburn's never really had any true quality starters at cornerback the past few years. So Carlton Davis coming in, being a big-bodied cornerback, over 6 foot and almost 200 pounds, he's a pretty good athlete, and he gave us much-needed athleticism at the cornerback position. Behind him on the boundary cornerback position, we have John Broussard Jr. He did play 8 games in 2016, but he never got a start. Now, coming out of high school, John Broussard was a 4-star cornerback, and he's a pretty highly recruited cornerback, and I do expect him to be getting a lot of playing time this year. Probably not as much as everyone wants him to, but I do believe he will get a good bit. And behind him, we do have redshirt freshman Javon Myers. This is his first season as an active player. He did redshirt last year, while his brother Nate Craig Myers split time at wide receiver and sometimes started at wide receiver for Auburn. At our second cornerback position, we have Javaris Davis. He did start a good bit last year. He was freshman All-American in 2016 and an SEC All-Freshman team member. He did play in all 13 games and had 5 starts in those 13 games, and he finished the season with 37 tackles. This year he will be a redshirt sophomore, and I do expect him to play a good bit, but majority of those snaps are going to be going to Jamel Dean, I do believe, because Jamel Dean is finally healthy from last year when he suffered a season-ending injury in the fall. Now that next player I'm going to talk about is Jamel Dean. Like I said, he did redshirt last year because he hurt himself. He originally enrolled at Ohio State, didn't meet their injury requirements or requirements to enter the program after injury, so he transferred to Auburn and enrolled at Auburn. He's 6'2", 205 pounds, so that's a pretty big cornerback right there. He's not afraid to hit you in the mouth, and he's very aggressive when it comes to going after the ball. And I do believe that him and Javaris Davis are going to kind of be juggling that position together at the end of the day. I do believe Jamel Dean's going to get the starting nod over Javaris Davis, but I do believe Javaris Davis is still going to get a good amount of playing time. Now behind them, we have TJ Davis. He is a 5th-year senior. He's a veteran cornerback. He's providing quality depth at strong safety and cornerback, and he has 37 career games under his belt. I don't expect him to be starting at all, but I do expect him to see a good amount of action. At our strong safety position, we have returning senior Trey Matthews. He was our leading tackler in 2016 with 76 tackles, and he also had 1 interception. It was against his old team, Georgia. Now, Trey Matthews, everybody loves him, everybody knows him. He's a hard hitter, he's a hit-you-in-the-mouth type of guy, and he's not going to play any games. He's going to go up after that ball, or he's going to hit you if you catch it. There's no question whether or not he's going to be the starter at strong safety. That's just a given. Behind him, though, we do have Steven Roberts. His first career start at safety came late in the 2015 season, and he does have 86 career tackles. Steven Roberts will not be getting the start this season, but he will be getting a large amount of playing time. He will come in when Trey Matthews is winded, or he gets injured, or he just wants to come out. Stephen Roberts, like I said, will be getting a lot of playing time this season behind Trey Matthews, and maybe even at the free safety position. And again, behind Stephen Roberts, we have T.J. Davis again. Like I said earlier, he provides quality depth at cornerback and safety, and I do expect him to get some playing time this year at both positions. At free safety, we have Daniel Thomas. He wears number 24, and he was SEC All-Freshman second team in 2016. That's pretty good between all the freshmen. There's a lot of freshmen coming in. A lot of freshmen played last year, and to get second team freshmen, or all SEC freshman team, that's a pretty big deal. He played in 11 games, and he had 2 interceptions against Alabama. He was the first Auburn freshman with 2 picks against the same team since 2009. Now, I do like Daniel Thomas. I do wish to see him improve on his ball reading skills and the ability to watch the quarterback while keeping an eye on his assignment. Now, I do believe he's going to be really good for Auburn because he's only a true sophomore. Behind Daniel Thomas now is veteran Nick Ruffin. He played in 11 games as a true freshman in 2014. He was a backup to Trey Matthews at strong safety in 2015. And he played in 11 games with 3 starts coming in 2016. He has 63 career tackles, and we all know that Nick Ruffin is a hard hitter. He got ejected from 1 game for a targeting call, which everyone knows is bogus. But Nick Ruffin never seemed to find his footing at the safety position or the cornerback position, so he's kind of like a nomad when it comes to those positions. So he plays wherever the coaches need him to play. But he's very serviceable. I do wish to see him get more playing time this year. I hope he finds his ground and is ready to play some football this season. And behind him we have first year, well, not first year, he started playing for us last year, but this is first year at safety, Jason Smith. He switched from number 4 to number 25 and was recruited as a quarterback / wide receiver, and switched to wide receiver last year, and then this year he switched to safety. He was never really able to find his rotation at wide receiver. He was never able to find his position there. And so coaches tried him out at safety. Turns out Jason Smith is a pretty damn good athlete. And so we're going to see what he does at safety. I do believe this is going to be a growing year for him. I can't imagine him being a contributor that much on defense, but I'd love to be wrong on that. So we're going to see. Now this year I do believe Auburn's secondary will be top 5 in the SEC and probably top 25, 30 in the country. I don't expect us to be the best, but as a defensive unit whole, I believe we're going to be one of the best defenses, and the backbone of it is going to come from the secondary. And hopefully these guys will prove me right on this and prove the world wrong. As always, guys, War Damn Eagle.